Thank you for coming to meet me today.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to do a interview with you on today about your position here with us at Radiance Child Development Center Corporation.
Okay.
And so I guess one of the first questions I want to ask you is, how long have you been working for us now?
I've been working ever since March. No, end of the 1st of April of this year. First
Okay.
of April of 2023
All right, so
to current. We in the 10 months, so
yes.
roughly 6 months.
Yeah, so about 6 or 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
So, was this a new experience for you?
Well, it was something that I went to school for. I always longed to have, service. I love serving. I love helping, directing. So it was something I had always hoped for to be, in a position like this. And so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Your hours of operation, would you say that we are flexible in your hours of work here? Like, as far as the schedule that you want, is the schedule that you have, is that the schedule that fits you?
Right. Yes, it fits my uh, home schedule. It's a perfect flexible schedule because I can drop my kids off at school, and then I can come to work after them, and then I can get my day started at work and do my duties here that's required of me as an administration position. And then I also can take my break, to go pick, I can work my work schedule around my kids' schedule. So that's perfect.
So your work hours are pretty flexible in that you can kind of maneuver your break around, kind of when you get ready to.
Yeah.
And it works out perfectly for taking the kids back and forth to school.
Right, correct.
And so you work with us over the summer.
Yes.
So the hours were different during the summer.
Yes, they were 9 to 6 during the summer.
Okay, and that still worked out for you with the kids being out of school. You was okay to do that.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I guess it's an A+ for us on the hours. Your job duties. What are some of your job duties that you have?
Well, now that we are implementing a new system, the kid care system, so I was the person to implement the system, learn the system, enroll the kids, show the staff how, and show the directors of each center how to enroll their kids in the system, how the menu should be followed, and how they can substitute if they need to, the menu, how to put in their receipts, and just learning a whole nother system because it was just mainly paper, but now it's computer. Everything is just a click, a touch.
Okay. And so that's the new system with the food program. And some of your other duties consist of answering the phone,
paying bills, making sure the directors are doing, paperwork, making sure that the curriculum coordinator is following the curriculum, videoing the kids through the monitoring system, post office runs, interviewing, doing, what's the word? Making sure the new hires come in and they learn, they do their videos, go over handbooks, and make sure that the new hires understand the process, what we allow, the uniforms, the day-to-day operation, and how teachers should conduct themselves in the classroom. Um, and that's it, I believe.
Okay. That's a lot of job
It
duties.
is, and that's every day.
So, do you think it's a overload, or do you think it's uh, necessary? Do you think it's not necessary? Do you see the value in what you're doing?
Yes, I think it's necessary because we are responsible for other kids and other people, children, and then so someone has to be responsible. Someone has to make sure that the centers are complying to rules and regulations. Someone has to make sure that they're getting proper food measurements. They're learning educational uh, s- um, systems, things to that nature, and just making a healthy environment for kids and staff.
Okay, okay. And some people may ask, well, with you being in a corporate office, then, how do you really affect the childcare centers?
Well, it's like it starts at the head. So if the head is not secure, then whatever follows, what flows from the head, it's gonna be kind of rocky. It's gonna be shaky.
So in other words, if you don't get the bills paid, the lights won't be on in
Right.
those centers, and then that's a lot less that the director has to do. They don't have to be concerned about learning the new programs per se and going to the trainings. They
Right.
can stay at their centers while you learn the training and then teach them and the people that's going to be responsible for those systems in the centers.
Right.
Also paying bills, and then you said that you have to watch the Nest cams,
Right.
so you're able to observe the teachers and you're able to see what the directors cannot see during those, and then you also help the directors in their hiring process.
Right.
And so you're able to kind of make sure that they get the proper training that they need, so that the director doesn't have to be distracted with training plus taking care of the actual business.
Right.
And so that's a lot, I would say, that you have to, that's a load that you take off of the actual directors. And so I'm not sure if you said the P.O. box, but you also collect all the mail.
That's right.
For all of the different locations. And so for a lot of people, it's new because there's not a lot of centers that are, I would say, privately owned that have multiple locations. So then, is it confusing for you? Is it too much for you to help with the multiple locations?
No, because every center has its own provider's number. So the mail that I get from the post office is specifically for whatever provider number it is, and then we have binders that has each center what they name, on the cover of the binder. And so when I get mail for that specific center, I just put it in the binder, and then make sure it's secure. And if I have to sign or if I have to count the hours or the days, then I'll sign off on it and then I'll submit it back to child care assistants.
Okay, all right. And so the binders help bring about the separation.
Yeah.
And everything has its own provider number and its own license number, so they just kind of flows a little bit easier and a little bit better for you. And it's I would think it would be a lot easier too, because you don't have all the distractions of the other centers.
Right.
But you do have visitors that come in from time to time, and you have phone calls you got to answer from time to time. So it's a bit of a distraction, but not as much as it could be. It's not like you have to attend to the children, and that's actually a good thing. So you're able to focus more. What would you say your biggest challenge is with being in a corporate office and trying to help oversee the 5 locations?
Sometimes communication or miscommunication or the lack of communication
Okay.
from the director, or not being able to, maybe they not understanding and they not expressing, well, I need some help with this, or I need you to send somebody over here to help me because I don't know. So just the lack of communication is I would say the main thing.
The
Not,
most challenging one
yeah,
that you have. Okay. And so it causes you to have to repeat yourself
yeah,
or break the directions down a little bit more when you don't feel like you should have to,
yeah,
especially when dealing with adults.
yeah.
So I guess that would be one of the challenges. And then what about the pros? What's the good thing about being able to work from the corporate office?
Well, you don't, like you say, you have less distraction. You don't have to, just have to worry about the kids themselves being in your presence. So that's a pro. And, just being able to be flexible, not micromanage, that's a pro. Um, Having the trust and from your owners that they trust you to do what you assigned to do. That's a pro, and just know that they feel that you can do it. So.
Okay. And then what about the location and where you're at and the office space?
Well, I'm at 1317 South 10th Street, Monroe, Louisiana, 71202. We're inside of Berean Baptist Church here. This is where our HR administration office is here.
You think it's a safe location for you? Are you comfortable here?
I'm comfortable. I hadn't had any problem. We have an alarm system, so if somebody was to enter, the alarm system will let me know somebody has walked in, or somebody on the other end, or so I am protected in some sort, but I do feel safe here. I do feel safe. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I think those are all the questions that I have for you. Do you have anything else you want to say or add?
Um, well, I just want to say that I'm thankful and I'm grateful to have this position, to be here, to get the knowledge and just utilize my talents, and just to grow.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we're glad to have you here, and if you have any problems, concerns, or anything you just want to discuss, our door is always open. And thank you for doing the interview with me.
You're welcome. Thank you.